Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mixed Sports Show with the BJ Show. I'm your host BJ and let's get it on the way. So welcome to another update here, the Mixed Sports Show with BJ, presented by the BJ Show on your screen. Before we get into what it's all about, can you give this a subscribe, like, thank you so much for your support and watching and listening. And so much, if all the above, like how much you enjoy watching this, enjoying the Australian update. And on your screen, I'm going to get straight into it, breaking down. So we have the National Basketball League for round 2021. We will have the other Women's National Basketball League update. So as well, all the A-League update with the Ninja A-League, round 16-17 and 15-16 for the Suzuki ITUE A-League men's competition. We'll have the overall the ladder, who is playing finals. That will be also coming with the NBL and update from the A-League. All that ladder will be coming. If it's not on this show, it will be on the next week. So stay tuned for that. Alright, let's get on the way. Oh, I can't wait. What is on there? There we go. We have your results. So hopefully this will make all clear and how I explain. So you can see there on the left-hand side on your screen, we have the round 16 and 17 on one slide. So I managed to get all that done. So what I am going to be actually sharing is the results from early in the year. So back in January the 21st and 28th, we will share these results and all, the usual stuff. So these are all the makeup games from those rounds. I know it doesn't make sense why they're doing this, but it's all to do with the system availability and all that. And I think, in my advice, think about how they're going to run these seasons ahead, and it's to do with the women's comp, not the men's. And I'm not be understanding why they do this, but it's life. But getting back to where we were before, you can see the 1-2. Newcastle are 1 and LA United 2. Well done to LA United. And we had the other game the 28th of January, that 1 week later, and it was Sydney FC taking and oh no, it was a draw. Perth Glory and Sydney FC took that draw. So that was round 10 results from the 21st and the 28th of January. Now, this is current. This is right now. Game 1, final score, all that to the final game on your screen. Then we'll get into the previews, who I think should win and all that, or the above. So, game 1 of this result, it was a 1-0. Well done, Wellington Phoenix. They took a really good win there. Well, you only need to score 1 goal and you win the game. Melbourne Victory and Newcastle Jets went head-to-head. Well done, Melbourne Victory, back on the winning, taking 2-1 over Newcastle Jets. It is LA United taking the Sydney Warriors. They take LA United. They took the win. Well done. They're having a very good season, actually, LA United, but into Melbourne City and Brisbane Roar, the biggest win for the round, 5-2. Well done to Melbourne City. And the final game, Sydney FC and Canberra United. Well done, Canberra United, with the win. And Central Coast Mariners. Yes, I did not say that, but they took the bye. The Nets, now we come to round 17. So there were 16 results on the middle part, and the first 2 games were at the round 10 result. Next game, we do have our 5 usual games, and I'm going to share them right now. Melbourne Victory FC, Wellington Phoenix FC. Let's go for Melbourne Victory with the win there. We come to Central Coast Mariners, Melbourne City, and I'm going to really, after that week off in Central Coast Mariners, I hope they've done that homework, but I'm going to say Melbourne City with the win there. Canberra United and Western Sydney Warriors with the draw. We have Newcastle Jets and Perth Glory. I'm on a draw there. I think they'll be a bit shaky. We have the Brisbane Roar and LA United talking. They're going to head-to-head. Well, without the Brisbane, LA United having some good form, but I'm going to back up with a draw. I think it will be a amount of draws, a few draws, and Sydney FC taking off the week after that awful loss against Canberra United. So it's going to be some really good games. Hopefully you enjoy that. Let's get into the men's competition. Okay, we're right into the Aussie UTA League men's. As usual, this is all the update from the previews and the results, or results and previews from left to right. Sorry, my bad. So we are round 15 from the left and round 16 to your right. So results comes in. Well done to Melbourne Victory taking a 2-3 win over Wellington Phoenix, with the 2-2 draw between Farmer Bulls and Perth Glory, Auckland FC and Sydney FC. Well done, Auckland FC. We have Central Coast Mariners taking a 2-1 over Brisbane Roar, Western Sydney Warriors and Melbourne City taking a 1-1 draw. And this is really maybe the best game to watch. Same score as the game one. Adelaide United, Newcastle Jets on top of the ladder. Really, for a long time, could they make to win the champ? They're taking a 3-2 in Adelaide. And we do come to the next round of the A-League men's comp with previews. Adelaide United and Perth Glory. Adelaide United, they'll take and they'll bounce back. Wellington Phoenix, Auckland War, I think with the draw. Sydney FC and Brisbane War. Sydney FC. The Melbourne Derby, Melbourne FC. Central Coast Mariners, Western Sydney Warriors. Well, with the Warriors with the draw, with the Central Coast Mariners with the win, I'm going to put up in with the Central Coast Mariners. They'll take the win after winning in Brisbane. Well, final game with Newcastle Jets and Farmer Bulls, Newcastle Jets. I think it'll be like that one. Well, you never know. I would love to see a draw, but I think a win to the Newcastle Jets. They're looking very good and very nicely on top of the ladder. Well, I just said that part, but we're not showing the ladders like this today, or in this week's show. Next week's show, we'll have some updates from the women's and the men's A-League and as well the National Basketball League as we come to the finals. Well, what a finish this is going to be. All right, we do have the basketball. We have the update ladder. Let's get on the way and let's get into it. And there you have it. You can see the ladder. I done 8th to 1st. We'll share that very soon in how it's all become. Top 2 really look comfortable, and 3rd look nicely, and then quite comfortable between 4th and 5th. So well done to all the winners on the list. The teams don't play finals. It's always next season. Heads up. You know, it's been a long season, but yeah. So round 17, the final round. WNBL 26th season. How would you like? How much you enjoy watching and generally listening to my results week in, week out. I start doing this and it's been such a full-on journey, and I am going to share. There was only 4 games, 8 teams to end the round, 2 on one day and 2 on the other. So UCC Capitals, the Camel Capitals, were hosting Geelong Riggins, and the Capitals take the win, finishing 5th. Congratulations on the win as well. The next game, well, that final score was 76-67. Coming into that next game is Perth Lynx and Sydney FC. Well, Perth Lynx taking a win. Let's just say a 1-0. So 108-93. And the final game, Adelaide United Southside Melbourne Flyers 64-77. Well done to the Southside Melbourne Flyers. Big winners there. Well, actually, that was game only 3. We now come to the game number 4. Really, I can think that Towns will really look really good. 84-66. And congratulations to, well, we'll go from each team how they claim to spotting into there and who I think should win. But I will be sharing all the game final series. Stay tuned. What a series this is going to be. All the previews, all that coming in this episode will be all in previews into results. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good final series, but we do come to the overall ladder on your screen. I am going to, well done to Sydney Flames. Really overall, they had a pretty good, tough season. They had an opportunity not to finish last against LA Lightning. LA Lightning was the last win, was against the team finished last. We come to LA Lightning, new team, new logo, You stay all back to the original stadium at, well, originally it's Wayville. There is a Wayville. It is the State Basketball Centre in Adelaide and sold out. This is a team that brings some action, bringing different coaching, bring another head coach come in, and I think we know how amazing talented we could be. If LA Lightning can bring some great talent next season, I'm looking forward to it. You know, maybe we not play finals. We maybe had chances to be the best teams. We can do that. We can be in games and actually win. But if we can struggled, you know, I think we know. Geelong Vulcans finishing 6th overall. I think they had some really good talent coming in through. And hopefully all the best in the off-season to the new season. And finishing off the bottom part of the ladder is the Capitals. The team has really shown what they can do. Big winners. They had a chance to play finals. And teams like Will Be Showing really took their money apart. And I think they were just a little bit short. So all the best for the Capitals and Southside Melbourne Flyers. Well done taking 4th spot. Well, plus taking that last win against Adelaide in Adelaide. But, you know, it's going to be a really tough final series taking on the best. And I really am confident they can really take on the best team. Because it starts 0-0. We come to Bendigo Spirit. Another team has really got a history. This team can play finals. And I know they'll do really well. With Perth Lynx being one of the best teams and really one of the hardest teams to take on and really put an effort in. I think Perth Lynx can talk all the way and get them under 20. Because they are favourites, in my opinion. And then top 10 doesn't mean they win it. So that's why we have the top 4. So all the best. But my advice, I'm really going to take a little early risk. Now, it's predictions. You know, when doing my ladder AFL predictions, for example, Perth Lynx are going to be in that grand final. Now, I don't know who. I'm not going to say who because I don't know. It could be Townsville. It could be Perth. Obviously, I'd say that. But Perth Lynx are going to make to the grand final series. But that's all I'm saying. So, next episode, next week, on the episode of the Mixed Sports Show. Do you like that? You know, give us a like. Really love your support as well. And hope you enjoy watching the show. Okie dokie. On to the men's update. And what's happening with that? Let's get over there right now. Okay, we got our round 20 results. We have round 21 previews. We got the next round, which is round 22, and the overall ladder for the NBL 26. Stay tuned. We got some big results on your left, and on your right was the reviews. Boy, we're one step away from the final series. I'm going to now share round 20 results. Let's get on to it. Well done to the Southeastern Melbourne Phoenix in New Zealand, 114-83 over New Zealand Breakers. Now, I tell you right now, Breakers can almost beat the top TLA 36ers, but struggle against the Phoenix. That has happened before. Heads up, New Zealand Breakers, you've had one of those seasons that you were in the game, and it's always next season, but you do have a few more games, so it's all the best for the final round. Into next game, we have maybe the upset of the round, and I pin that is it. We have the All Hawks hosting the LA 36ers, 109-99. So, 100-99. All right. Wow factor Adelaide, much better. Struggle against the Phoenix. Come on the road and just went short. So, there's lessons learned, and what you do. Was a better performance? Yes. But did they have a chance to win? Absolutely. To finish top spot nicely on the ladder. But all the best. We come to the Tasman Jack Jumbers hosting the Brisbane Bullets. Won the thumping victory, 114-70. Now, Tasman Jack Jumbers will play finals for NBL 26. So moving on to the Perth Wildcats hosting the Cairns Titans. best effort for the Cairns Taipans. They will have confidence against the Brisbane Bullets in Brisbane. The final score 98-84. I think that will be a much better response than that. We come to back with the New Zealand Breakers, the hosts and the All Hawks. Yeah, the Mighty Hawks. They are on the home court, on the road to New Zealand. New Zealand were at home. They are watching their skills. They are watching their mistakes. And they take 106-95 victory. Next game, I think it's going to be a classic. I watched this game. Adelaide went from the centre of Winning Entertainment Centre in Wollongong, known for the All Hawks. They went to Melbourne United, the home of John Kern Arena, the first home game for the Melbourne United, first game since the year of 2023. It's been a long time, and Adelaide 36ers took a big win against a team should be playing top 3, even third spot, but they could not hold on. Melbourne United. Adelaide United 36ers look very strong, taking it 87-76. I watched every quarter, I watched every moment, and boy, what an entertainment this was. Well done to Adelaide 36ers. I can't wait to see you take on action against New Zealand Breakers. And boy, it's going to be an epic game. That'll be the final home game for the Sixers, and I can't wait. The next game is South Eastern Melbourne Phoenix. Continue on. Well, I thought they will have confidence against the Breakers. Very similar result. They're hosting the Sydney Kings. Sydney Kings took 114-88. Big winners. Very similar result to the Phoenix taking on that big win, and it went reversible. That's exactly what happens. You do not want to overconfident yourself. Yes, you take to go New Zealand, come back home. Sydney Kings were ready to take on the action, and boy, they are ready to play. So, well done to Sydney Kings with that win. We take to the final game in Brisbane, where Cairns Taipans had a little confidence, even though it was a 14-point loss. They took on Brisbane, and they took a 81-72. Heads up, Brisbane, play for your fans. Let's get to 21 results. Yes, previews. That's what I'm saying. There's one more round. We'll share that next round. We'll share the previews and hopefully the overall ladder at the end of round 22. That's what we're going to do. 21 results, 22 previews. That's where we're going to share the ladder at this point. And then the overall, where's the A-League at that point? Maybe not the official overall, but the update of that as well, the NBL. This is going to be an interesting game. So I'm going to share basically who I think should win. Now, Cairns Taipans back on their home gym, back in Cairns Entertainment Centre. Who I think should win? Yes, Melbourne United are having some massive injuries with their star Chris Golding. I hope he'll heal up and recover and take on the Cairns Taipans. It's going to be a big ouch having not him in the time. But I tell you right now, there's going to be a must win for the Melbourne United to really want to claim that fourth spot on the NBL 26 ladder. We have going to really look. Cairns taking a big win in Brisbane, but I think Melbourne United, they look much better. But I think Cairns Taipans really can finish off the season with a big win. But I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close one. Melbourne United with me. The All Hawks hosting the Sydney Kings. This could be any game. Now, the last home game, they took on the top players, Adelaide 36ers. Can the All Hawks could do that, but I think it's going to be a little bit too strong. Sydney Kings have a better, I think they'll look really sensible and they'll take the win. So Sydney Kings for me. Perth Wildcats, Brisbane Bullets. If Brisbane Bullets can play, like I said, it doesn't matter at home, if it's on the road or away, it doesn't matter. I think Perth Wildcats, they'll finish strong. They will play finals. It's going to be a good game. I think Brisbane Bullets in the game, I think they'll have a really good crate, and that's big winners over there, but Perth Wildcats on a safe bet. LA 36 is hosting the New Zealand Breakers, the last home game for the NBL 26. Can LA 36ers finish with a win? I'm going to this game. I can't wait to share this result with you all. Oh boy, This is going to be a scary moment. I think Adelaide Food Sixers will take this win, but I'm not hinting on a massive win here. I think New Zealand will come. They've taken on maybe one of the best. They've beaten some good teams this season, but they took a recent win over the Hawks. The team beat Adelaide. So Adelaide Food Sixers will learn on big well, they've beaten by 2 points in New Zealand. So New Zealand will learn this loss. They'll come to Adelaide and scared a big win, but you never know what can happen. I think Adelaide will take the win. The Nets, with 3 games remaining for round 21 previews. Hope you enjoyed this with the South Eastern Melbourne Phoenix Tasmanian Jack Jumpers. A team is in the bottom part of the ladder, and a team is safe to play finals. So, is it going to be the Phoenix backing up with a win? But I'm going to back it up here. Now there's the risk. Tasmanian Jack Jumpers with the Melbourne with the win there. Now I'm not confident. I have tested my knowledge that Tasmanian Jack Jumpers can beat the Phoenix in a very tight game. We have Melbourne United All Hawks. Safe as Melbourne United, I'm going with the All Hawks. I'm taking a risk here. They can play some smart basketball and think injuries are clinking to the United crew. But I think the All Hawks, I think they can really put on a show there. In the final game, Sydney Kings hosting the Perth Wildcats. The game of the round by far, the Sydney Kings for me. And I feel so much better that Sydney are safe. If Perth can play their basketball, look out. So Sydney Kings for me. That's the wrap for round 21. Let's finish off the show. Okay. Thanks for watching. Your support, much appreciated. Can you please go and subscribe and like this episode? And thank you for all of the likes, all the views, and all the time of watching. We do have a goal of 4,000 watch time to get funds into YouTube. That'll be really awesome. We are getting there. We have got a massive goal I would like to complete. And I tell you right now, it's been a long time journey to pass this test. Funds are going to be flying in. I feel comfortable. We are standing on a comfortable, we are getting there. But I have a feeling we're going to be less than 1,500 watch time to go. We're about 1,800 a time I record this episode. So if you can, that'd be great. Now, yes, being a long time journey, I do have a podcast. I do apologize not putting anything on the podcast with YouTube on my, on the list. But watch out. There will be audio version of these episodes, and there will be a video version. So if you prefer just to listen in the car, no problems. Absolutely no problems. But anyway, we'll see you next week on the Mixed Sports Show, here on the BJ Show. Your host BJ is signing out. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week. Bye for now. Peace. All right.